some breaking news. The early numbers are in, and it looks like the Biden town hall did better in the ratings by 2.3 million more viewers. Isn't that something? I mean, Donald must be dying. You know how he loves a rating. Whoa. Whoa.
Joy, I had every device I own tuned into the ABC town hall last night. Every TV was on the house. On the house.
I was positive they would enjoy a train wreck. I even predicted it.
Wow.
That's how much I know.
The movement on TikTok.
Sonny, you have a question for Mark. Sorry.
What was Mark's reaction to that? Mark?
The movement on TikTok, my daughter's big on TikTok, right? And all my kids are. There was a movement on TikTok to get young kids to watch Biden instead of Trump, specifically so that they can embarrass Trump and beat him in the ratings.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. See, the children are our future, okay?
Yeah.
So, Mark, let me ask you this. Last night, President Trump was pushed on his taxes, and he didn't deny that he is about $400 million in debt, which reportedly is due within 4 years. But this kind of personal debt, in my view, can be so easily exploited or leveraged by foreign actors. Do you think this is a matter of national security?
Yeah, the fact that he doesn't disclose it can be a risk, because what can happen is if whoever holds his debt currently sells it to somebody else, then it's a problem. And Donald Trump understands this better than anybody else, because his biggest real estate deal, where he owns the properties and Bank of America properties from 2005, I think, that big real estate deal came about because someone bought the debt on that property from a bank and then worked with Donald Trump on the deal. So he understands quite clearly that if somebody from China, from Russia, wherever, were to buy the debt, they could put him at risk by pushing to foreclose or whatever it may be. And so, yes, it could be a security risk.
I love how he goes, last night he goes to Savannah, levered. Do you know the word levered? I think he meant leveraged. So he's mansplaining to Savannah, and he's not even using the correct word. Listen, let's talk about the coronavirus, okay, Mark? Trump says he's never felt better, and getting the virus was a blessing from God. What do you think about somebody who would say, a president of the United States saying that it's a blessing of God to get sick, to get a deadly virus, when 200,000 and more have died already?
What can you say? I mean, literally, what can you say to that? It's just inhumane to do that. It's so disrespectful for all the people and their families. And the deaths are horrific, but there are other serious side effects that people are starting to recognize now. There's the long-termers that have had this for months. I have a friend who just finally tested negative after 6 months. I have somebody who works for me who still gets headaches months later. So it's, the deaths are horrific, but the negative impact on people's health and the long-term consequences could be something that we have to deal with for years. And, that translates into his healthcare plan, which is non-existent. One of the good things about Biden is we're going through the greatest healthcare crisis of our lifetime. And at least Joe is saying we need to address that issue. We need to come up with solutions, not just with the ACA. He also has a public option that makes it ACA even better. But also, how do we deal with the hospitals? Because, again, if these are long-term issues, which it looks like they may be, then dealing with care and having that foundation of hospitals and communities is going to be critically important. And Donald Trump can't even say what his health care plan is because he doesn't even have one.